I've got something all of you paper hoarders are going to love. This is called a never-ending weekly planner. I'm going to first show you the project and then we'll walk through on how to make it. Hi, I'm Jenny from Jenny Cart Designs. Welcome to my channel where we share paper crafting, tutorials, and inspiration. Let's dive in. At first glance, it looks like a small book, but as soon as you open it up, you can see how it's designed to work. Each page represents a single day of the week. Starting with Monday, there's a little pocket on the left of the page, and at the top, I've paper clipped in some note paper. When you flip through to Tuesday, it's set up the same way. A pocket for your notes, a removable page clipped at the top, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday follows the same format. This planner is designed to be reusable, and each week you can start off fresh. Friday is the last page in the book. Once you close it, there's actually a hidden pocket right in the back. This is perfect for extra note pages, ideas you want to save, or anything that you're not ready to deal with just yet. The idea behind this planner is that it's completely reusable. You can plan out your week, tuck your notes into the pockets as each day is finished, and then at the end of the week, you have options. You can pull everything together and reflect back on how your week went, or you can simply remove the pages, toss them, and start fresh all over again. But this planner has another side to it. When you go back to the front, and instead of opening it up like a book, flip it the other way, and there's even more space to work with. On this side, I've added a removable monthly calendar where I've written in key dates and important deadlines. And as you continue to flip through the book, there's room to add more calendars, extra notes, or anything else you want to include in your planner as your needs grow. In my version, I've only added one calendar so far, but there's plenty of room for expansion and personalizations. And finally, when you open up the whole thing, you can see how it's constructed. Nothing is really glued together. This is actually several pieces of double-sided pattern paper that I've scored and glued together to create a really long piece and scored into an accordion-style fold. So you can open it fully to see your entire week at a glance, close it up and flip it one day at a time, or turn it around and use the backside for calendars, notes, and extra information. It's flexible, practical, and designed to work with you week after week. Okay, are you ready to see how it's made? This is so simple and quick to pull together, and any level of crafter can do this. Okay, to start, I'm going to pull in a really beautiful 12 by 12 paper pad. These are single-sided paper pads, which makes them perfect for this project. In my example, I had used double-sided paper, but I wanted to show you that this can be made also with single-sided paper. It will be slightly different on the finishing touches, but I just wanted to show you that you could do either. So I'm flipping through this book and I'm trying to choose pages that have full images on them, the kinds of designs that are often too busy or too large to use on a card. This project is a really great way to actually enjoy those large images instead of letting them sit in the paper pad. So I pick out 6 pages, and before cutting anything, I grab the sample that I've made and I want to measure it. So the finished size of this book ends up being 5 by 9 inches. So that's the size I'm aiming for. To get there, I trim each 12 by 12 sheet down to 9 inches tall, cutting either 3 inches off either the top or the bottom, depending on which part of the image that I want to keep. Now I save all of those pieces that I cut off. I'm going to show you a few ways to use them later on. So once everything is all cut down to 9 inches, we're going to move over to scoring these pages. So once everything is cut down, this is what I've got. These images are so beautiful, and I love that I'm able to use these papers because I wouldn't have any other way to use them really. They would just sit in the book and collect dust. All right, so I'm going to pull in my scoreboard and I'm going to put each piece in upright, and I'm going to score at 5 inches and 10 inches. And then I'm going to flip the paper over and score on the back side again at 5 inches and 10 inches. This helps prevent cracking and keeps the folds nice and clean, especially with a little bit of a heavier pattern paper. Okay, so again, I'm going to score at 5 inches and 10 inches. and then flip over to the back side and score again at 5 inches and 10 inches. And I'll do the same score for all of my pieces. Okay, and once those are all done, I'm going to start folding these. And I'm going to take the first piece here and fold it like a book. So just fold it right at that first score line. And I'm keeping the image on the inside of the fold, as you can see. So the white is on the outside and the image is on the inside. And then that extra 2-inch strip, I'm going to fold it backwards. So we're creating like a zigzag fold here. So I'm going to show you one more time. I'm going to take the paper and fold it like a book, closing that image into that white paper, and then fold that extra little strip backwards. Okay, so we'll have a piece that looks like this. And I'll do that to all 6 of my pages, all folded and scored the exact same way. Now it's time to assemble the pages. I start with the first 2 pages, keeping them both in the same orientation with the 2-inch strip always on the right-hand side. Okay, we're going to glue them together like this. So that 2-inch strip is going to get adhesive all over it, and I'm going to glue my pattern paper on top of it. So I've got some really strong, fast adhering liquid glue here, and I'll just cover that strip. I don't want it to ooze out, so I'm just being careful not to go too close to the edge, but enough that it's going to attach to my paper. In order to help me get this straight, I kind of fold it all closed up and then stack the next piece kind of on top of it. So I'm going to attach these 2 pieces together. So they're going to come together just like this. I'll press in that adhesive, and I like to close it all up and make sure everything is lined up. And I do this very quickly because the glue is going to dry very fast. I want to make sure that everything is nice and straight and lined up. And then once I have those 2 pieces together, this is what we'll have. And I'll just flip over to the back and press in that adhesive to make sure that all of that paper is glued down. I don't have to worry about it coming apart. And now we have the beginnings to our book. So I'm going to do the same thing with the next one. I'm going to take that 2-inch strip on that right-hand side, and I'm going to grab my next piece of paper and lay it out with the 2-inch strip on the right. And I'm going to apply adhesive to the 2-inch strip on my book, and then lay that pattern paper over top. I slide it into place, press everything in, and then we have the next page adhered. All right, so go back, press in that back piece, make sure that adhesive is all pressed in, and move on to the next piece. So I'm just going to flip this over and show you what's happening so far. So our accordion fold is coming together nicely. Everything is nice and straight, and this is how the book comes together. It's super quick and simple. You could do as many pages as you want. In my case, I'm just doing 6 pages for a weekly planner that has 5 days. So I'll continue making the rest of this book the exact same way, and then we'll come back and finish the book off. So here we go. Our book is all glued together, and I'll just give you a little flip through of what it looks like so far. And we'll talk about the pockets later. But for now, let's work on this last page. So the last page has that extra little flap. We need to glue that down. So I'm going to apply my liquid glue all over this entire panel, and I'm going to press that glue in and seal that shut. So this is going to create the back page of our book where our pocket is going to be. For now, we're just going to leave it like this, and then we'll come back to it. So I'm going to close the book up and go to the first page. That first page, I'm going to fold it backwards on itself. Now, you could glue this down flat, or you could make a pocket like I'm doing here. So I just punch a little finger notch in the top and then apply adhesive on the side and the bottom and close that up. So what originally was our first page is now flipped backwards and has created a pocket. And then when we close the book, this is our front page, okay? And you got this cute little pocket here for extra storage. All right, now let's go work on the very back. I'm going to pick a pattern that matches my front. You don't have to, but I just like the look of continuation of that full pattern on the front and the back. So I've cut a piece down that measures 5 by 9. I punch a little finger notch in the middle on the left-hand side, and then I'm going to apply adhesive to the top and the bottom and the right. Okay, and then I'll apply my panel right over top of that piece. And this is the back of the book where we have that little 2-inch folded flap. I'll press in that adhesive, make sure that my sheet is lined up nice and good. And now we have the very back page pocket. So if you find that it's not perfectly straight, you can come in and trim this away to make sure that it's all even and doesn't kind of stick out over the book. So now we have a pocket in the first page and a pocket in the back. And then the whole thing opens up just like this. And you've got all this real estate for your calendars or your notes. You can decorate it if you want and level it up and make it pretty. Then here's the inside. So we have our Monday, our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then we have our pocket in the back. So this is completely assembled and ready to do whatever you want. You can embellish it, make it, extra. I have these note papers that I picked up from a secondhand shop. There was a whole bunch of them and they looked like they were for a specific planner. So what I've done is cut off these edges here. So I'll pull in my sample book here and you'll find this paper, I just trimmed it off. You'll probably never find anything like this, but see what you can find or go to a local dollar store. You could even use regular computer printer paper. But for my little paper pads, I just took an X-Acto blade, a ruler, and I just cut off those little edges. And then I'm going to go ahead and start adding some pages into each day of the week. So I just use paper clips for this. If you want something more permanent, you could staple it, but I wanted this to be able to repurpose this and reuse it over and over. So I'm just using paper clips. So I just grab a few sheets and clip in each day of the week, flip to the next page and clip in a few pages for the next day, and so on, all the way through to the back of the book. And then in that very last pocket, that's where I'm going to store my extra sheets of paper. So I'll just put all of them into my little pocket here so that I have fresh pages when I run out of my pages throughout the week. Now for the back part here, we've got this large pocket and I still have these strips left over. You could create some tall tags to tuck in this pocket if you had some important information or notes that you wanted to keep handy. You can also create some pockets. In my first example, I had some pockets on the side of my planner, and I'm going to show you that in my next example. So for this one, there are no pockets. So you can use those extra strips and create a pocket on the bottom of the page. You could even take the whole strip lengthwise and create a pocket here on the side. I'm just going to leave this blank because I really like the images on this paper, so I'm not going to worry about extra pockets here. So 6.5 sheets of single-sided paper gets you this beautiful never-ending planner. Now, before we move into the last example, I just want to discuss all of these white pages. You have a lot of real estate to write your notes or your calendars or whatever you want to do with this space, or you can even decorate it. You can collage on it, whatever you'd like to do in your weekly planner. For me, I really like the calendar idea. In my sample, I have a calendar I created on some cardstock that I temporarily adhered in. You could just do what I'm doing here on screen and just make your own calendar directly on that paper. But that becomes a little bit more permanent, so it will become outdated and you won't be able to use it again if you're putting it, right in your planner without having a removable option, if that makes any sense. So you can make your calendars as big as you want. You can make them on, one calendar per little page. This is obviously not going to last forever, but, I'd like to get as much use out of it as possible and have all the things that I need in one little space at my fingertips. Okay, so we've made the single-sided pattern paper never-ending planner. Now let's take a look at the double-sided planner and how that comes together. So I've gone ahead and prepped everything already. The scores and the measurements from the beginning of this video, everything is the same. 6 sheets, 9 by 12, scored at 5 and 10, crease all the folds. Here is where it becomes a little different. In our single-sided example, we glue that flap to the back of the next page. In this example, we're going to glue it to the front, and we're only going to apply adhesive to the top and the bottom and the part beside the score line and leave the edge of the paper open. And then I'll line it up over top of my second piece, make sure everything is nice and straight, and then I'll fold my book together to make sure that it's, adhering together perfectly. Okay, I'll press all of that in. Once everything's pressed in and we open the book back up, you can see that little pocket formed on the side there. And then we're going to continue gluing it together the exact same way. And instead of putting that strip behind the next piece, we're going to make sure that it goes over top of the next piece and leave a space for that little pocket, only applying the adhesive across the top and the bottom and the side next to the score line. And then repeat until we're done, until we get all the way to the end of the book. In my example, I've used alternating colors of cardstock so that you could see very clearly what I was doing. Now the first page, we're doing it the exact same way. We're going to fold it backwards, add the adhesive, and then we've got our first page the exact same way as we had with the single-sided paper. And then if we flip to the back, we have that same extra little flap, and I need to cut a piece that measures 5 by 9 to cover that back piece up to create our pocket. So this is the exact same steps. Fold and glue down that little flap, and then create our little pocket. Punching a finger notch, gluing on the top, bottom, and right hand side, and glue it all down. And then our book is formed. So if you do notice that your spine is slanted a little bit, completely normal, it's the way that we folded the pages together. Whereas the single-sided pattern paper version will be nice and straight. So now we have our book with all of our pockets and tons of real estate for you to create your never-ending planner. All right, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this never-ending planner idea. If you do decide to make one of these, make sure that you tag me on social media on Facebook or Instagram at Jenny Card Designs and let me know what you're making. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Coming up on screen are some videos I think you may enjoy, including a playlist of over 100 videos with more ways to get you inspired to chopping up your pattern paper. Have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!